Hey everybody, Superfluous Jay here, playing more Dyson Sphere program, and as the sun rises over our mostly functional science system, constantly running low on, I think, probably plastic, which is running low on petroleum. We shouldn't have petroleum problems at the moment. Not 100% sure why we have petroleum problems at the moment. We're demanding petroleum. We have... I thought I just fixed it by, yeah, we're dumping petroleum into here. It's just, this is the speed petroleum comes, apparently. I think I need to upgrade this to make more petroleum out of our reserves on this thing. But I think I'm going to let that go for now because we're still working on certain things. I've done some of the prep work for creating the things that I'm not creating enough of. These electric motors and these electromagnetic turbines. I decided to not try to make the electromagnetic turbines and the electric motors in the same setup because the ratios were kind of crazy and there were a lot of ingredients. There's magnets, there's gears, there's the motors. Everything needs different ratios of them, and it was just too hard to make a setup that was space efficient. So I decided to make this other space inefficient setup instead. And basically here, if you look, these guys are being limited by the amount of motors coming in. So we need more motors. Motors are currently being limited by probably the fact that they're only requesting 100 of everything. So I think I'm gonna bump these raw resources up to 1,000. Make it over 900, and see if that makes these come in a little bit faster. We're also only making 4 motors on this setup right here, so doubling that would probably be a good idea. One thing though is these are fairly iron starved, so we're gonna have to have a faster belt coming out here. So I'm gonna hit the upgrade tool, and I'm gonna upgrade this and upgrade this. Now this is a tier 2 belt now, and I was able to do that because I have, if you look at my inventory here, a bunch of junk. I've got a bunch of tier 2 belts in my inventory, and I've also got a bunch of tier 3 sorters. I've also got a bunch of tier 1 sorters because while tier 3 sorters are obviously much better than tier 1 sorters, the tier 3 sorters are, how you say, more expensive. I'm also going to, I think, fill this guy with drones and also fill him with logistic bots. Although he should never need more than 4 logistic bots. So I think I'm going to pull all but those 4 out. And it looks like he probably doesn't ever need more than 25 drones. So I think we're going to pull those 25 out, and we're going to leave him with 25 drones and 4 bots. That'll get a lot more raw resources in here. Limiting the guys is nice because it lowers the amount that you have to worry about. I think I'm also going to raise the maximum for the drones to carry, so they don't try to carry like one item into each one. I think I also kind of need to bump these up to similar levels. Let's go with 1,000 and 1,000. There we go. And I think I'm not going to request 1,000. I think I am going to stick this back down to 100. Because A, these guys are right next to each other, and B, that'll lit a crew up in here as time goes by. Definitely the trouble is getting iron to these guys. I think it's because we're not actually doing any iron smelting on this planet anymore, so all the iron has to come interplanetary. And here it comes. Interplanetary. And it comes, what is that, 200 at a time by these guys. Eventually these guys are going to be able to carry 1,000, which is very nice. These guys are going to be able to carry, I think it's 500 or 100. I actually don't remember how many they can carry. I think it's 100 now that I think about it, because I think these things hold the amount that can eventually fill up one of these guys with one full, set of guys. So these guys carry 500, and there's 10 of them, so they can fill this with 5,000, which is the maximum capacity of one of these things. So I'm just gonna let this run. This isn't enough. It's nowhere near enough. But we have a bunch of stuff in our inventory, except for sorters, really. I think I would like to get more sorters. And if I recall, yes, oh, look at that. I love the way this game looks. Here's my mall. My sorters here. What I've done here is I've set up this so that we get these sorters. But I also have these sorters going off, sorter ones going off into this tower, so that we so that we can have a lot of those, because we're just going to live with those until the time comes. Also, I have upgraded to hydrogen fuel because we were having an issue with hydrogen. Oh, I'm no good at flying in this game. One of the biggest complaints I think in the game is people lacking the ability to fly, and I have gotten discombobulated. Here we go. Somewhere over here I'm making hydrogen fuel rods. Right here. And I'm just putting them in this tower. And I'm going to take... They stack 30 at a time, so I think I'm going to take 100. And then stuff as many as I can into here. And then that gives me... I could take 27 more. I'm never going to hit 27. Oh, I hit it for a second, but I think I'll do that. 28 is fine. So that'll give me 3 stacks. And then we are taking off into space. And where we're going today is we are going to... the Song of Ice and Fire world, wherever that is. There it is. And that was a quick little stealth edit there. I have no idea what I was doing. I'm wondering if I can somehow target this thing outside of map mode. Notice I've gotten up to 2,000 speeds. Oops, I tried to warp, but I don't have warps in me. If I hit V... there we go. Let's... showed the directions to it. I should hit V again because we're getting very close. 2,000 is fairly fast. Let me see if I can see where we're going. Oh, there's a logistics station right there. Boom. Okay. Yeah, so we still have fire ice in these boxes, which is kind of funny. But not this one. And not a lot in this one. But we still have plenty. So I'm just going to let that go. And we got tons of titanium and tons of titanium ore, which is... oh, it's still coming out of these boxes. That's why we still have some. I was like, didn't we get rid of the titanium? Let's get rid of these boxes. What I'm going to do here is we are going to do multiple things. First of all, we're going to actually solar panel up the world here. We're going to find the equator, and it looks like actually... where we were was actually quite close to the equator. I'm looking at this here. We are at 0 south now. So this right here is the equator. So I'm going to... oops, I hit Q. That's not how you do it. You hold shift and click. Okay, yeah. Here's the equator right here. And where are we? We're at 50. Here's 49. I'm actually going to go to 0. Okay, and apparently I lost my thing. And here is the 0 mark. And I'm going to just commit to this being where the break is. That way I know where things are, even if no one else does. And we're going to start building these fairly slowly so that our bots can keep up. Oh. And basically, I want a world-girdling solar power belt. It's a nice thing to have. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to not only lay all these, but then run the power from them to where I was, had my first little titanium mining outpost, titanium and fire ice mining outpost. And then take those solar panels and use them as well. And hopefully that'll get us pretty close to a full belt. This is the 90. Is it the 90? Yeah, this is the 90 mark, so we're a quarter of the way there, and we got collision, which is annoying. I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of this to hide. This one should be the only one I need to hide. There we go. And now we can continue. Also, Fire Ice Worlds have water. I'm sorry, not Fire Ice Worlds. Ice Worlds have water. That's nice to know in case we do something that needs water. I might do all my chemical processing here, and it would be nice to have local water so we don't have to ship water from the home world to them. Also, we are cranking up the soil pile, which is nice. Going over these mountains. We're getting closer and closer to 1 million soil in our back pocket, which is always useful. If I went around and cleared a lot of these mountains, I would probably end up with multiple millions of soil. So Soil is an annoyance in the, or well, it's a critical resource in the beginning game. It's an annoyance in the middle game, and as long as you are willing to go for it every once in a while, it's not even a big deal at all in the end game. This should be the 180, and it is. Sweet. Looking at the map in the lower left, we've still got 45 solar panels, which I think should get us all the way to the negative 90, the other 90. And then that'll mean we should only have like I don't know how many total. Actually, I guess it's not going to take us to the other 90. I did my math bad in my head. That's fairly normal. Oh, here's a vein right through the center of our need to go. I think I'm just going to foundation these guys. I think all of these guys need to go. And maybe this guy too. And I've only got 3 left in my inventory, so there they are. Now, yeah, we're not too far from the here, and we don't even have power anyway. So I think I'm going to go into mass delete mode, hit plus a couple times. Make sure I don't delete anything else. There's those guys. And then wherever the solar panels are closest, which looks like it's over here, I'm going to run back, because I want to make sure that the solar panels are close to that base when the time comes. If we run out before we reach the other end. Make sure the guys got those. They did. I probably should have started going this way, so I would guarantee that the base would be there, but it's right there, so it's not a big deal, even though we're down to our final 22 solar panels. Another mountain getting flattened. We're getting closer and closer to that magic number of 1,000,000. Not that it's any that there's any actual use to it. And looks like we probably need maybe another, I don't know, we'll say 40 or 50 solar panels. One thing we can do here is, well, first of all, let's do the smart thing and place one of these power poles right there. It's fine. And now we have power full-time at this station, which is really nice. And we are going to use it. We're going to use it hard. This guy has no power because he was only pulling power. Oops. One thing I hate about, I don't like about this game, I shouldn't say hate, is that the delete option doesn't default back to regular delete. It's way too easy to mass delete like everything in your base, which would be, let's say, a bad thing. So yeah, we've got sorters taking these out. Really, I could just do this again. And put it back in there, and let's go ahead and just do that. And put this in there and be done. Okay. Now, we are ready to turn this into a production world. Right here, this entire hemisphere is free and clear, and there is no anything on it. There's water up here and here and here, so we could do chemical processing up here or chemical processing over here, and we can do our main circuit and gear factories right here. So let's go ahead and do that now. That's what I want to accomplish in this episode. Is I want to have massive production of. I'm going to go just past this ice patch here, I think. I want to have, oops, hit the wrong button. There we go. I want to have massive production of, yeah, it's right here is where I want to go. And I'm just going to put these down right on these things. The things we need to get them all going. We want the electric motors, the turbines, circuit boards, and processors, and purple boxes we're going to be doing, and we're going to be doing these super magnetic rings now that we know how to make them. And we're gonna make a ridiculous amount. This is really going to ramp up our production. And we're also going to request some things. So I'm going to plop down. I'm actually going to plop down this station over here, and we're going to put a power pole next to it, so it has power. we are going to put, actually, we're not going to put anything in it, so we don't even need to power it, but I'm going to. We're going to request solar panels because we still need a few. We need about, like, somewhere less than 100, so I'm just going to request 100 because that's the lowest number you can request. So we're going to say, bring me 100 solar panels, please. And we don't have any available yet. But as soon as there's 100 in the home world, they will come here. So that's just going to sit there and wait for the production to come. We're still using level 1 assemblers. That's going to change very soon. But sadly, that's just all we can use right now. So I'm going to figure out where we're going to go here. I don't want to impinge on these veins. So I think this line right here is perfectly fine. And I'm going to put this tower out a little bit away from the solar panels, just to make sure that we have room to expand out to the left and right. So what do I want to make? First and foremost, I want to make the very generic components. I want to make magnetic coils, and I've decided I want to make gears. I don't want to make gears locally anymore. It's too much of a pain. So magnetic coils are going to have their own dedicated assembly factory here, and it's going to use tier 2 belts and the tier 1 assemblers. So magnetic coils here, if you just plop an assembler down right there, we'll say, and we're going to say make magnetic coils. We need to request magnets, and we need to request copper, and we need to supply magnetic coils. So we're going to supply magnetic coils. We're going to request magnets, and we are going to say remote. Actually, let's go local demand and remote demand. And people are already bringing them, which is awesome. So we're going to say copper, local demand, and remote demand. And we should be getting copper as well. We are not. I'm not going to limit either one of these. Well, I say that. I think I am going to limit them to 2,000. I want a lot, but I don't want to totally decimate our production values because of it. And I'm not gonna use the drones here or the logistic vessels here to do it, but I am gonna put drones in here, and I'm gonna put 50 drones in here because this guy's gonna be very busy supplying other stations with magnetic coils when the time comes. Okay, magnetic coils. What do they take? They take 1 second, and they need 2 magnetic coils for every, or 2 magnets for every 2 magnetic coils, but only 1 copper. So that is 1 magnetic coil a second, needing 2 magnetic coils a second, needing 2 magnets a second. So a tier 2 belt, which runs 12 a second, can support 6 of these machines. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this over here, and then I'm going to return magnets on this belt right here, just so we know where it's coming from. Then we are going to have actual magnets coming out here, and then actual copper coming out here. Okie doke. Then I'm going to put this guy, he could be pretty close actually. I think right here is fine. Now let's see if we can put power poles between. We can, so we're going to put a power pole right there. And I said these guys can take 6, so I think I'm going to delete this. Bring this out, bring this in, and bring this out a little bit farther. And then we want these, let's keep with the sorter mark 1s for now. We're going to go out. I'm sorry, you know what I mean. In, out. I'm going to delete these. There's a reason for this, and you'll see why in a minute. This has to go in. This has to come out, and this has to go in. Then we can support 6 of these. So there's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can delete these belts here. Now this copper belt can actually support twice as many as the other belts. So if we send another belt back, and we go do it right here, if we send this other belt back, and then have another belt of magnets coming out, let's do this correctly here. Another belt of magnets coming out. This guy going back. I can take this and put it right here. And then do the other 5. And then maybe a power pole here will do everything. No, it won't. Okay, so yeah, we'll have to be fairly what do you call it? Yeah, let's see. This guy is not getting power from him, so we're gonna have to put a power pole here as well. Now everybody should have power, except yeah, we're gonna have to put a power pole here. Yeah, that'll give everybody power. I'm surprised that. Okay, the magnets are finally here. The copper is still not getting supplied. That implies possibly that our copper thing is either not making enough copper or it is doesn't have enough logistic vessels. Let's put 4 logistic vessels in this guy and see what happens. They go and get more more magnets. That means we need more copper. I'm probably going to have to take care of that before we do very much more. But the thing here is the magnets have already come out. They're ready to go. These guys are low on power. Yeah, we've only got 48% satisfaction. Yeah, one thing is the solar intensity here is 59. So we're gonna have to actually get more than 100. We're gonna probably need 600 solar panels because we're gonna have to have 3 belts of solar panels to power everything that we got going on here. And I think I'm gonna accept that this guy shouldn't have power in him because reasons. I'm also gonna put one guy in here. Yeah, there aren't any solar panels out there either. So, but that takes care of this. These 2 lines do this many things. And then what we could do here is we could do another set on the other side, or actually on this side here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into blueprint mode. And I'm going to blueprint this from here. I don't want to get the belts much more. And then I'm going to say this guy right here. See, I can't really put him there, so I'm going to put him over here. I kind of picked poorly where to put him. But we can place this here and then just connect all these belts. And what we need is we need to go magnets, copper, return, copper magnets, right? No, magnets, return, copper, return magnets. That's what it is. So this is going to be magnets. This is going to be return. This is going to be copper. Oh, I keep doing that. Shift tab. Yeah, actually Shift tab doesn't do it. That's the problem. Copper. Then another return. And then sadly we've got to go all the way around here for magnets, and yeah, there's not much you can do about it. It's just got to happen. So let's go magnets. I don't really want to use more than 3 lines behind everything, so I'm gonna be cheesy about this. Bring it up and over. And then, boom. So now when we have copper, this should take care of it. And I'm pretty sure that this isn't going to be a fast enough sorter to do this. So I think I'm just going to upgrade these long sorters right now to 3s. And they are, yeah. Because they need to do 1 a second. There's no way that the tier 1s are going to do 1 a second. Oh, I was doing the wrong one here. Oops. I hope I didn't do that everywhere. This goes out. Yeah, I didn't do it everywhere. Yeah, that's fine. And I think I'm going to let those go, and we'll see how the other ones work next time. But I need to figure out what's wrong with copper. So I am going to take off again, and we're going to go right to the foundry. Okay, we're coming up on the foundry, and I don't see it. I was looking for the logistics stations, and I did not see them, and it's probably because they're in the dark. So let's see what is wrong with copper. What's wrong with copper is we do not have enough local demand, or local supply, I should say. And it looks like probably because we are not... is this where the copper comes from? No. Where is copper coming from? I don't remember. Let's go into map mode. Where is copper coming? There's stone. Here's copper. So we have copper being mined at this station and being put in here, and there aren't enough drones to carry it. So I'm just going to stuff 50 drones in there. Just get them going. We need copper supplied to this station. There's no need to do anything else. And I'm also going to... yeah, I hate to just put 50 in here. They're getting their ore now, and it's coming in faster than the belts are taking it out. So that means copper's going to start filling this. We don't have any logistic vessels in here because they're all being used. Meanwhile, this guy's sitting on 5. So I think I'm going to put 2 back into here, and then stuff this guy full of 10 so that he has enough logistic vessels, because copper is going to be a big one. Stone and glass, not so much, but copper is definitely going to be one of those things that we want logistic vessels here to take this copper the moment it's ready. So we got a ton of copper coming in. We definitely are getting more copper than we need. We probably, oh, that's another thing. We need to upgrade these guys. We have 6 of these smelters, which is kind of annoying. So I think I'm going to suck it up and build smelters in my inventory. That was the other thing. I was going to come back here. We need magnetic coils and these. What sucks is I'm making smelters at the other planet. I just don't want to wait for them to show up. So we need magnets. I just took all this stuff out of my inventory, which is really annoying. We need iron. Don't need 800 iron, that's for sure. We need copper, which is kind of funny. And that should be it. That should be all we need for smelters. Yes, we can make 50 of them. I'm just going to make 50 of them. And we also need to power them. And we're going to power them like this. And right here. Oh, that's funny. Should have done this one first. So 4 of these. It copied them without the inserters, and I kind of know why. I just can't really elucidate it right now. Also, what we can do here is we can take advantage of an upgrade. The upgrade being upgrading our belts to tier 2 belts. So let's hit U and let's upgrade this belt, this belt, this belt, and this belt, all to tier 2. And now we can supply twice as many. So we can double our production. Which is very, very nice. We need to make a gap here, right here. So then 1, 2, oops. 2, 3, 4, and then 2. So we need a little bit more. Oh. One, 2. And then we know where these ones are going to go. So he comes out to here. And he goes back to there. And then we're just going to copy these guys as soon as our guys get the belts laid. There we go. And I totally failed on this because I didn't put a gap. There we go. Okay, now last but not least, get the power pole in. And we just doubled our capacity that we never even had anyway, which is nice. So now we should have ore coming in. We should have ingots going out. As soon as we get 200, a vessel should just take off and send it somewhere. And that should ideally be good enough for now. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and do these guys. And boom. And I think, does that power everything? It does, and we have all the things we need. These are all full, and those are the only ones that were. Oh, look at all the copper coming. Yes, everything else is fine on Foundry World. And yeah, we're definitely got a ton of copper coming. We're finally building up copper that we're not sending out, so that's a good sign. I think it's possible that we're not sending it out because we have all 10 vessels set up here. So let's head back. We should now. I've renamed Component World. On the way down, I decided to rename Component World while I was flying across the interplanetary gap here. But I'm going to head back to there, and ideally we'll have what we need to get things going. And as we near Component World and we look for, it looks like we're right around here somewhere. Was that where we wanted to be? No. Yes, it is. Okay. Just flew by it so fast I didn't even see it. We have copper. We're making electromagnets, which is fantastic. Yeah, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start requesting more things. We want more logistic vessels. Oops. Definitely these guys. We'll just request 100. Remote demand, and then we're also going to request the logistic drones. Remote demand, and because I definitely don't want that many, because we are going to be traveling things back and forth via logistic drone. We're still waiting on solar panels. Everything else we should be fine on for the time being. So we got these working, making sure everything's running. We're still out of copper, but you know you kind of expect that. We've got copper coming, which is the important thing. So let's continue here. This should be enough for this for now. The next thing we want though is to place another station. We'll say we could bring it in a little bit, probably a lot actually. Because we'll do the what we did there, which is don't actually have anything going off this way. Like these guys don't leave the station this way. So the ones here shouldn't actually leave the station any farther than this. So we'll plop this guy here. He's gonna need power. So this will actually give him power, and it shouldn't be a big deal, even though it's not self-contained. Power rarely is. And we're making these, we just want to make gears. And gears are ridiculously easy. Gears require, if we just put this guy here, clear this and say gears. Gears literally turn one iron into one gear every second. Super simple. We could do 12. We could do 24. I think I'm going to do 24 just to future-proof this whole thing. And we're going to do these belts. Oops. We need iron coming in. And let's request 2,000. Remote demand. We'll say local demand too, but I don't think we're ever going to actually do that. And it looks like we might not be having any iron in the system, but these guys are going to get some, so that's cool by me. And then we need the belts, and then we need to say iron coming out. And it's just going to go right down here. And I said we could do 12, so let's go ahead and do it. I don't know exactly. And it kind of feels like this is a bad idea. Yeah, because this is going to make everything zigzag. So I think I'm going to actually do this. And have this come out too. So that this belt can come back. Oops, not on this line though. On this line right here, he can come back. Oh, it won't let me copy it if if it's the belts would conflict with it. It'll let you copy something if the belts won't connect to a belt, but it won't let you do it if they will actually cause a problem. So let's see. I'm gonna stick with the tier 1s. That's totally fine. We're gonna go in and out. Yeah, that's all you need to do. And we're once again having problems with power, but we expect those. There's 6, 4, and we can do 2 more. So I'll run these a little bit farther. 5 and 6. Okay, another stealth edit. I think I have to put 1 more. I don't know that for a fact. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I did not need to put 1 more. I needed to delete these. And then power them. And I want them to have their own power supply. So there's, I'm gonna put 4 between. I think this is right. It's really hard to tell when everything's flashing, but I'm pretty sure that does everything. Okay, so when we have these and power, we'll have gears, which is nice. And those are the two of the major components for. I'm actually just going to take all 60 of these because I want to put 10 or 50 in each one of these because I want these guys to be constantly available to send supplies to anybody. We got more copper coming in, I think, or more magnets. One of the two. Looks like it might have been magnets. And yeah, are these guys? Yeah, see, these guys are still charging. They take forever to charge, but when they do charge, then they they actually have. I'm gonna take that guy back. When they do charge, they have. Then things should be fine for at least for a little while on the world. But these are the 2 main components, and these should last us quite a while. And we can as we get better belts and better machines, we can extend these this way, and we can also just put more towers to put more things on this way. So this should be fine for these. This should be fine for these. Let's oh, we got some iron coming in, which is nice. We should be able to then run a logistics station right to here, and notice there's a seam here. So I'm actually going to bring it up here, and we're gonna build our first thing north of this seam. So these are like the basic components, and these are sort of the advanced components. And the first thing we're going to build is these stupid motors. So we're going to supply motors, and these motors, we are not going to have a limit on them. We're going to make as many as we possibly can. We're going to throw drones in there, and we're going to say request all the things for it. They need magnets, they need gears, and they also need iron. And oops, that's not iron. They need iron. There we go. So we are going to limit, I think we're going to say 2,000 again, locally. And then, yeah, let's make this. So this is going to come remote, but we'll also ask local. This is going to come local, but we'll also ask remote. We'll take them from anywhere. Anywhere that can find these things, we will happily take them from there. We're going to put a power pole here, and then I don't think it would reach across. So I think I'm going to use power poles because I'm out of the other power poles. 1 and 1. That will be fine. And of course that's gonna kill our power for a while until this thing gets charged up. It's just the way it works. But we've already got all of our magnets. And oh, you know what? We never did. We never said gears. We never said that this is actually gears. So now the gears are getting loaded in, and the drones will start moving them around. So, how do we make these things? Let's plop one of these things down and take a look at it here. To make these electric motors, we need 2 iron. So that's 1 iron per second. And then we only need half the amount of all 3 of the other ingredients. So I'm going to do something a little, let's say, unorthodox. We're also almost out of belts. Let's go over to our station over here that's requesting things, and let's request these conveyor belt Mark IIs and just say, give me all of them that you have. And how are we on inserters? We're fine on inserters for now, but I could definitely use some more tier 3s if we have them. So let's go ahead and say remote demand of those as well. Yeah, 200 more of those is going to be fantastic. Okay. And these guys are going to be local and remote supplying these to whoever wants them. So we're going to actually want to have logistic vessels in here. Am I requesting logistic vessels? And do we have any? I'm requesting them, but we don't have any yet. We're just waiting for this to actually happen. Sometimes you got slowness when you when you start. So we got 5 of these guys. They're already going out to get more iron, which is good because we obviously need iron at this station. But anyway, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take my belts and I'm going to run I forget what needs 2 and what needs 1. The one that needs 2 is iron. So iron is going to be the special one. Iron is going to be, every line of these is going to have a dedicated line of iron. And I think we're going to actually start it like this, and we're going to put it right to the edge here. And I forgot to say it, so I'm going to say this is iron. So when you get iron, and I'm also going to cut this off right here. When you get iron, put it out here. Then we're going to say, let's bring out magnets, we'll say. And I'm out of belts, which is annoying. Will one of these fit in here? Yes, it will. Good. Yeah, see, we're out of these belts. Let's see if they've been brought yet. They are still on the way. Let's look in map mode. I don't see anybody coming with belts. Let's see if we can see the drone ships. I wish you could hover over these drone ships and see what they're carrying. It tells you what they're carrying when you... yeah, it would be one coming from Alpha Andromedae 2. And I think that their color actually tells you what they're carrying. Like, these guys are all carrying copper, and then this guy's carrying iron, or perhaps the belts. But I don't know that. I don't know what the colors actually mean, like which colors mean what. So sadly, I have to wait for these belts to come, which is just part of the game, as it were. But I can, in the meantime, oops, I can place this guy back where he belongs and change him to be these things. And we have our iron almost here. The only thing we don't have is oh, that's the supplies. That's no big deal. Still waiting on these. Yay, our belts are here. Let's go ahead and take all 400 of them and let the request stand for more, because we're always going to want more. Okay, magnets are going to come out. We can just start them this way. Magnets are going to come out, and then the first thing is going to go back. And then we're going to also have coming out the other thing, whatever it is. Gears. So gears are going to come out of one, magnets are going to come out of the other. And I'm going to run these up to... well, I'm going to decide later. So gears are going to come out here, magnets are going to come out here, and this is going to be the setup. Now, all 3 of these belts can be double used, whereas these ones can only be single used. So what we can do is we can put 2 of these machines here, and we can have one feeding the 3 belts and one feeding the other 3 belts. But there's a problem, and I'll show it to you here. We need to pull into this guy from here, send out to him from here, and pull into him from here. Then this guy now also needs to pull from this belt, but there's no place for him to be. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cheat. This might trigger some people, but there's not much I can do about it. I'm going to move him over 1. Then I can pull in from here, I can send out to here, and I can pull in from here. And now this is a repeatable pattern. That's what I'm going to do. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring this belt back this way, this belt back this way, and I'm going to let's see if this whole thing can move back when it can. And then this whole guy can move back 1. He can. And that's our setup. Now these long belts are going to have to be upgraded to tier 3s. Just the long ones, though. I think the other ones can be fine. And we should be able to do tier 1s from here as well. And then this is going to need to be another iron line coming out. Which I'm going to do like this. And actually say is iron because, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. And then we're going to do, let's see, this is going to have inserters going in. And then we're going to double this. We're going to basically do the exact same thing over again, which is we're going to have an iron belt coming this way. And then we're going to have a gear belt. Oh, but going far enough out to be a thing, which I think is here. Yes. Then we're going to have the return belt. Then we're going to have a magnet belt. And then he can be here. He can actually be here. And then this guy's going to be here. And he's going to have his iron belt coming out. And then that's going to be this station. And that will take care of our needs for the time being. And because these are tier 2 belts, we can support 12 of these on each line. And that seems like a lot, and it is, but it's guaranteed to be not enough. Let's see, he would collide. Did I do this wrong? I feel like I did this wrong. No, he goes here. Oh, wait, I can't use that. I have to use each one. Oh, you know what it is? These lines are farther apart than these lines. You generally want to start your builds on the top end, and I started at the bottom end because the top end the lines are closer to each other. This is going to be a much longer line than this is. Not a big deal. It's just an annoyance. One thing though is that's not annoying is that the power poles can fit in between these, whereas they can't fit in between these. So you got that. But this power pole I think can go right here. Yeah. And then I'm just going to run my belt out pretty far. Bring it back pretty far. And then I'm going to run these 4 at a time. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6, so we're halfway there. I guess I didn't need to run the belts as far as I did, but oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just 1, 2. As soon as that belt gets made. And then I'll cut these off and get those built. And then ideally these power poles will cover everything. Now we know how far the belts need to go, which is to here. I hate it when something's in the... Oh, wait. That was it. And this one is the wrong way. Because this is another output. And this output is actually going to have to be longer. So I'm just going to make it longer for now. And then meanwhile, these guys... 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And... we're gonna actually have to make these go farther. Forgot about that. One, 2. There we go, and we've got a little bit of lack of power, so I'm just gonna double these up. We're getting to the point where power poles don't like saving your power poles doesn't make as much sense as before. So let's run these 3 lines out and back, and we're out of belts again. Let's see if we got more. We have more coming, but we don't have more actually here. I think I can turn this on though. I'll turn this one on just so we can see it happening. So we got iron. We got belts, or sorry, gears. We've got magnets, and we've got more iron. And then these guys are running. Let's make sure that they're getting their ingredients fast enough, and they are. And they are also sending these out fast enough, and the answer is they are. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure these sorter Mark IIIs are needed, but I'm going to leave them there because I don't want to deal with doing that. The other thing I want to make sure of is that we're getting enough raw ingredients out to these far reaches here. And it looks like we are. The raw ingredients are coming out, and the constructed ingredients are coming back. And I might... Do I have this wrong? This belt does 12 cargo per second. These guys do... Oh, you know what? These are 0.75. I keep forgetting, because I'm so used to using the Mark I assemblers. These are actually 0.75, so they don't create things as fast as you do. And so the construction times are basically wrong. So, oh, I want to limit this to, we'll say 400. And 500 for that guy. So, yeah, so I could support 25% more, 33% more, depending on how you look at it. And I'm not gonna worry about that at the moment. Here come, oh, this inserter's coming. Oh, we got our belts. Sweet, let's grab our belts. And let's continue making our build here. Yeah, they could actually do more. I'm not going to actually do that because the moment I can upgrade the assemblers, I'm going to do that. So it's it would end up being too much. The moment I upgrade the belts, then I'll be able to make the lines longer. But until then, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Okay, so these guys, we don't need to worry about their spacing as far as power is concerned because I can fit power between it. So I just need to make there's 6, and then 6 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was a very well placed amount. Now I'm going to need slightly more, just because I'm putting more. These guys come out a little bit farther because they're zigzagged. But we can do the same thing here as soon as this is ready. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and the final one. And then they need power. Probably right here. And right here. And then right here. And maybe, yeah, we need one more here. I'm just going to place it. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done. And that's going to get mass production of motors, which is what we need right now. And it looks like I forgot to... Yeah, I forgot to make this guy iron, and we're also not getting enough iron. We have iron on order. I think we're going to order 4,000 instead of 3,000, and I think we're also going to not use logistic vessels because we're out of them. But if we have any over here, we don't. Then I would have grabbed them from here, but I can't. What if I make the minimum load of these vessels? Oh no, I don't have vessels here, so it's determined by the homeworld. So I think now that we have this and we're filling this up very quickly with these motors, I'm going to take a break from making these. I'm going to head back home and get more logistic vessels and come back. But that's all going to be next time. We're going to continue this vein though. We're going to do turbines, and then we're going to do those purple things. Actually, we'll probably do. Maybe we'll actually expand turbines over this way. We'll figure out how much more of this we're going to need, which is about double. And then we will, then we'll do turbines like farther down, because as you get higher and higher on here, it's harder and harder to make useful use of the veins and everything. Like this is maybe one worth, this is another one worth, and then we're done. So I want to do things that are a little bit less resource intensive up here, and the bigger things down here. So, but we'll worry about that next time. I hope you're looking forward to that. If you enjoyed this video, please like it on YouTube, and I'm looking forward to doing it myself. If you want to see more, please subscribe. I am Superfluous J, and I will, as always, talk at you later. And yes, I'm getting a screenshot.